He's just like in the grocery store line telling everyone.
Hey guy, what do you want to know about the Illuminati? We're an open book, really. We get a bad rap for being secretive, but you know.
Let's start it.
Okay. Hey, welcome to Snackdown. I'm Justin and this is...
Andy.
And we have a special guest today, and this is...
Scott Chillingworth from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Oh my gosh. Give everyone like your mailing address.
Okay, my phone number is 123. Help me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually kind of like a hostage situation.
Yeah, this is weird.
Very cool.
Where'd you get that white van anyways?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I won't tell you. Actually.
Okay, yeah. And the windows is getting blacked out?
It was weird. It was a police auction.
Oh, no.
So we have Scott on today, and I've known Scott from another podcast that we both listen to, Twinnovation. I guess I'll just say it, right? We both listened to Twinnovation, got to know each other, played some D&D together.
Yeah.
We're all in the snack pack. When we asked you, what?
It's just taking off my sock.
Oh, you're taking off your sock. What?
It's so hot in here already.
Why are you giving it to Andy? Being on this end of the podcast and seeing everything that you two do together.
Yeah.
Why'd you make that face?
Because I couldn't get my toe around the
I thought
heel.
you were like worried it was gonna smell.
No.
You're like,
I was already, oh my gosh, it's already so hot.
It is so hot.
All right, it's hot because
Is the oven?
the oven was on briefly because today we're doing pizza. I didn't want the pizza to get cold because a cold pizza episode's not the best.
No.
So
It's best the next day.
That's true.
that's true.
But you can't do cold pizza like straight up.
Yeah, you don't want to like order cold pizza.
Oh, I mean, the cold pizza episode would be best the next day.
Oh, that's
You
true.
guys
Oh.
release it on Friday. You listen to it on Saturday. It's
We
better.
could even just like release it on a Saturday at that point.
No.
No?
That would be funny if you did a double episode, a hot and cold pizza. And
Oh.
you release them one day and then the next day. So then the next morning you're hearing the cold pizza episode.
Maybe we start doing a Patreon with Saturday releases called Cold Pizza.
Ooh.
Are you writing it down? You writing this down? What are you doing, Scott?
He's giving us Patreon money.
No.
How much?
Stop.
What's the tier?
Put your money away.
What's the tier?
You know how when you go to like a different country and like money is like fake? You're just like, well,
Yeah.
I guess how many Monopoly bucks?
Yeah,
is
you guys
this?
have fake money.
Yeah. You guys have fake money. Your dollar bill's a coin, and then your $2 bill's a coin.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah, so we have some pizza here, and we also have some white wine. And as we were putting it down, I thought of this, so I think it's hilarious. We're eating Andy and Kaylin's first date meal.
Yeah, that's true.
If you remember from the fondue episode.
Yeah, our first date. Yeah, so our first date was pizza and red wine at like a little pizza joint. So
Andy's looking very deeply into my eyes.
I
Cool.
and I just want to preface this. So people have you talk about pizza, and people typically have their favorite place, and they swear by it. And I don't want to come off as judicial, right? I don't want to tell people that like this is 100% like the best pizza in Syracuse. So they must have just like buzzed
we didn't
over
like
the
scrounge up the best pizza in the area.
And I'm not a big stickler for pizza, even though I have a Twitter account where I catalog every slice of pizza I eat. It's more of a desperation thing, more than anything.
What do you mean?
You know, sometimes you just really need a pizza, and you don't care where you get it from.
So
Yeah.
like little pizza,
Yeah,
which is
it's a separate chain in Canada.
from Little Caesars.
Yeah, so we have Little Caesars, and we have Pizza, and Pizza is straight garbage, but I eat it once a week.
So, and you're talking of desperate times for pizza. If you're walking on the street, you see a discarded pizza box, and there's one piece
Hold on.
left.
Is this a game show? Is this the game show?
No, it's just a question.
Okay.
Oh,
One piece left in a discarded pizza box in the ditch.
that's surrendered territory, baby.
Are you,
I've planted flags.
Yeah.
so we're having pizzas from we went with two places.
Yep.
So the first Mario and Salvo's. So they're in DeWitt. They're right off of 481. They're right next to Erie Boulevard and East Genesee. So they're at like a big crossroads. They have, in my humble opinion, not a pizza expert by the way, but I think they have the best pizza in Syracuse.
Bold.
Not
It's very bold.
It's I don't know. It has the dough is right, the cheese is right, the sauce is right. Is it the pizza joint that I go to all the time? No. I think there's other pizza places that have very competitive and very good pizza. Like there's another pizza joint that I go to called. Well, we'll get into it.
Well, pizza's one of those things that, like, even if you don't do it the best, you can still eat it. Like, you can get pizza from anywhere, and it might not be the best pizza, but it's still edible.
So do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell where your pizza's from?
Yeah, so my pizza's from Avicoli's. It's right here on Route 57 in Liverpool.
And are you willing to make any huge claims about it?
No, I mean, I really like it ever since I moved to this area. I've
Yeah.
always liked that pizza. And
Yeah.
it's, they make a really good, like, standard pepperoni pizza. They do lots of other things, but, like, if you're going for their best, I think it's just, like, their standard pepperoni pizza. I'm not going to say it's the best because there's a lot of good places in Syracuse. I was saying to Andy, there's a place downtown called A Pizza, which is right next to Dinosaur Barbecue. Mm-hmm. And it is, like, outstanding pizza. And they do a lot of, like, unique pizzas, but you can't order takeout. Like, it's a sit-down, you eat their pizza thing. So I couldn't get any for this, but Scott's shaking his head.
That's not it.
It breaks the rules of pizza for you.
Yeah, pizza has to be an intimate experience without waitstaff watching you.
Whoa. Kind of gets into a different category of loving pizza. Anyway,
Let's eat some, actually, because I'm hungry.
Let's eat some. We'll talk about the wine in a little bit, but feel free to partake in that as well.
So which one is yours, Andy?
Mine is the orangier one. Oh, so we'll do mine first. So we're going to try Marian Salvo's. So these are both pepperoni pizzas, by the way.
Yep. That's good pizza.
That's pretty solid.
Cowabunga.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I just think they do a good job with the crust. I did, like, a pickup time. So they probably, like...
Scott just skipped to the crust, I think, too. Like,
oh, really? Nice.
test your theory.
This isn't your first tasting, is it?
So do you think there's a wrong way to eat a pizza?
I'm about to eat this from the back.
Scott's showing me the wrong way to eat the pizza.
Okay.
Some people, like, roll it like a taco, though,
I do that. I think otherwise you get, like, a floppy... like front of it, then you're, especially like with this one, look how greasy this one is. What do you think?
The only way I can think of to eat a pizza wrong would be to grab the slice like a burger, like
Yeah,
like around the middle, get your fingers reel in the toppings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched I can't remember who it was, but this was years ago, but there was a guy that, like, ran across the United States.
Forrest Gump.
No, not Forrest Gump. The other guy.
I'm as old as that movie.
Really?
Yes.
It came out that day?
No.
Oh, it came out that year.
Same year.
What
Same
year?
year.
What year?
1994.
So now you know his name and his birth year.
My mom's maiden name, if you can believe it. Crenshaw.
We're just trying to knock out some security questions for you.
Would you like to know the name of my first pet as well?
Yeah. Yeah. What was your first car? I'll just say a little bit about the vineyard.
But wait.
Go.
That's all my story.
Oh my God.
So this guy was running across the U.S., and I think he stopped to sleep, obviously. Mm-hmm. But then he would run.
Quitter.
He would run all day. And he was talking about how it was great because when you're running, you're burning so many calories, you can kind of eat whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he would order pizza on the run, and they'd pull up and give him the pizza, and he'd roll the entire pizza into like a long burrito.
like a telescope?
Yeah, and just eat it that way.
So, like, you'd probably have to specifically ask me, he's like, do not cut that pizza, right? Because that would just be like a perforated, burrito.
A lot of times when I'm getting pizza, I just get slices because it's an alone type of thing. Mm-hmm. But when I'm ordering a full pizza, I actually don't ask for it sliced. Like, I ask them specifically not to slice it because when they're delivering it or when it's sitting waiting for you and it's sliced, the oil from the top of the pizza gets into the cuts and, like, makes the crust on the side soggy.
I never thought about that.
I got to tell you,
That's your first pizza tip, everyone.
So, remember when I was talking about how my uncle and cousin thought I was going to be, like, the chemist and, like, make wine and all that? So the variety of grape that he'd planted was called Frontenac Gris. So it's hardy. It was developed by University of Minnesota. So this is made from that grape, the same grape. And it's not
the same type of grape, not those grapes.
Not those grapes, but the same type of grape. And it's pretty uncommon, I would say.
Really?
So it's not the sweetest wine, but it's on the sweet side.
It is very sweet. I just tasted it.
Oh, nice. Never mind.
I like it. Because
Right.
I specifically asked for sweet wine because you gave me the option.
I know. This is the Scott meal, right? Scott, if you were having this meal, like we already kind of like summer, right? All right. Oh my God, this is the ultimate meal.
It's pretty good.
Or maybe not.
But see, pizza is universal, though. I could have pizza in winter, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime. But with a glass of white wine, I don't know a lot about white wine.
So Scott, if I asked you that question, would this be it? Like, is this your ideal meal?
That's a question that I thought about for a while. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Really?
Maybe not white wine. I think I'd go with milk punch, which is a very specific drink that I just tried recently, and it's the most bizarre sounding drink, but it was one of the best drinks I've ever had.
Was it milk and punch?
It's a punch made of milk.
A punch made of milk.
So you're gonna have to explain this.
Yeah. So I went to a Mexican food restaurant in Hamilton, Ontario, called The Mule, and I got this drink, and like I just ordered it blindly because it sounded interesting. And when the guy brought it over, it was entirely different than I was expecting. I was expecting like a white milk looking thing, maybe like sort of like a white Russian, but with some other flavors. But it was like perfectly clear, and it had a big block of ice in it. And I drank it, and it was great. And the guy was like gushing to tell me about it. It was like scary because, but like his enthusiasm for it. But,
you're drinking and he like creeps up over the table.
Yeah,
and
he was like looking over.
Have you sipped yet?
We're pretty imbibe.
He's helping you lift the glass to your mouth.
But yeah, so it's a mixture of lemon juice, pineapple juice, and bourbon, I think. What they do is they add that to whole milk, and the lemon juice curdles the milk. And then they let it sit for like 24 hours or something like that. They put the curds that form into a cheesecloth, and then they pour the mixture through the curds and the cheesecloth. And it filters out all of the milk proteins. And then they do it one last time through a coffee filter in the cheesecloth, because every time they pour it through, more of the milk proteins are coalescing onto the already formed curds. And so every time they pour it through, it gets clearer and clearer. And then with the coffee filter, it makes it entirely clear. It wasn't creamy, but it was so smooth. It was like a silky smooth punch.
Wow.
With bourbon and like tropical flavors.
Wow. That sounds delicious.
Sounds
so
like
is
we're
that like
trying
a
it this year?
Is
right?
that yeah.
Herbaceous cocktails are over.
I know.
It's time for milk-based beverages.
Dairy daiquiri. No, I'll think of something else.
So is that something that unique that they make, or is a milk punch something that exists? Like
yeah, it exists, and it's existed for like hundreds of years.
Right.
But
Wow.
it was the first I'd ever heard of it. But I did some Googling after getting home, and there's a YouTube channel called Cocktail Chemistry, and the guy did a video on how to make it.
Interesting.
But he did like one with brandy instead of bourbon.
So pizza and milk punch.
That sounds
sounds
like
pretty
a
good.
winning combination.
Yeah. All right, let's try the second pizza.
All right.
Before it gets cold. So this is the one from Avicoli's.
Let's do it up. So the first one, Maria and Salvo's had a really yellow, orangey oil to it. This one doesn't as much, at least at first, and tastes very different. This is doughier. It's like more cheese forward, I would say. It's like more like a true like mozzarella or just like pizza blend. Mm-hmm. I really like it though.
Take the crust bite again.
I forgot to.
Scott's eating the pizza butt. I will say I liked Mario and Salvo's crust better. Mm-hmm. But I think I like this pizza better.
I think there needs to be some sort of pizza Frankenstein.
Of both.
Yeah, so the crust of the first pizza, the cheese of the second pizza, but the pepperonis of the first pizza.
You think the pepperonis were that different?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you think in terms of like cook time or like flavor or?
Yeah, the ones on the first one are a little bit crispier, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe they got a little bit of
They look
extra
it, yeah.
oven loving.
The whole first pizza was crispier, which is why I think I like the crust better.
Mm-hmm. So Scott, you were in town because
Went to go see a live podcast.
which was?
Not another D&D podcast.
And how was it?
Yeah, what happened?
It was very interesting. There was a lot of cosplay, which was surprising for a podcast. Mm-hmm. I do get it, though, because, the circles of D&D and LARPing are not so much of a Venn diagram as an oval, I think. Yeah, it was a great time at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. Mm-hmm. But
How many people were there?
I'm going to estimate between 600 and 1,000.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the history of the Wilbur Theater, but I assume it's an older theater from when people were more nutritionally deficient and had shorter frames because
It was tight.
yeah, my knees were screaming. We left at 3 a.m. from Toronto to get to Boston because we were planning to have a nap in the hotel or something before the show started.
Did that happen?
No,
Oh my god.
yesterday was the longest day ever, man. It was rough. So we got to the venue at 8:30, and they didn't form a line until 9. So just waited in the line outside for like
The
checking.
line for the line.
Yeah, the line for the admission, and yeah, did end up working out though because I got one of the sign posters.
What was that the first time you've ever seen a podcast live?
No, I saw If I Were You with Jake and Amir in 2014, I think.
Okay.
So you want to take a break? We're going to get a little bit
Yeah,
more
let's
pizza?
just take a break. We're going to get some more...
Let's take a easy bake.
Let's take a break, and we're going to get some more pizza. Andy has another slice. He threw a wild card in there.
in which Justin replied, "Of course you did." Like with some eye rolling.
So we'll get to that eye roll in a second. So we'll be back.
All right, see you in a bit.
All right, bye.
And we're back.
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 Yeah, so when we were talking about what pizza to get, we decided that even though it's not exciting, we were going to get 2 pepperoni pizzas because...
Pepperoni's a good baseline.
Yeah, so we wanted a good baseline because...
The end. You don't have to explain it anymore.
Yeah, we wanted to be able to compare them at what they both do at pepperoni.
Yeah,
but on half of Andy's pizza, he threw pineapples on it.
Well, okay,
oh my God.
Point being, 1, it's an aggressive move.
Oh, very aggressive. I feel attacked.
And 2, I knew that we were going to get plain pepperoni on half of an entire pizza, right? And that was going to fit the bill for 3 of us, right? So just wanted to do something else. And Scott and I were talking the other day, and he was talking about pepperoni kind of being a Canadian thing.
Pineapple being a Canadian thing.
Right.
You said pepperoni.
Oh, poop.
Pineapple is a Canadian thing?
Yep.
Which doesn't make sense.
Because Hawaiian pizza is...
A Hawaiian thing?
Well, it's ham and pineapple, correct?
Yeah, it's not a Hawaiian thing. It's a marketing gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Because, a taste of the islands, a bit of pineapple in your pie.
Mm-hmm. Is this for sure? Like,
I don't know the
pepperoni.
specifics about it, but I think it's a Canadian thing.
Well, I really like it. I gotta admit, you do not really have a Canadian accent.
Yeah, I've worked very hard at that. Years and years of elocution classes.
So what accent were you going for? You're like, give me that Central Pennsylvania.
Ooh. Is that what I have?
No, I'm making it up. But
Very cool.
would you say it is a Canadian accent?
No.
So we've got a camp up in, or cottage. Do you call them cottages or camps?
Oh, yeah.
Cottage,
You
right?
gotta go to the cottage with the boys.
Okay, yep, all right. So everywhere around here, it's camp. Go to your camp. We're going to the camp. Don't give me that face, Justin. It's a camp.
Even if it's
on
like a log cabin?
On a lake or a cabin? Yeah, it's a camp.
Yeah, I would say that.
You would say that?
Camp or cabin, I don't say cottage.
If you're north of the 401, it's cottage. So when I came around here and everyone's like, yeah, we got a camp. I'm like, what, you just put a tent somewhere? Like, is everyone just a poor person here? But they're all camps.
Yeah, I think of a
This
camp...
place is weird. When did I get kidnapped here?
No. No, I sold the white van on the break. You're good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was a 7-hour break. I can't believe I watched you go on Craigslist and try and hawk a van.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Facebook Marketplace.
Used once.
Yeah,
Wait, you're married, right? Twice.
I'm married. Yeah, married. Yeah.
You got your wife?
Yeah, that's right.
You got Scott.
That's right.
You got
and
me.
I got Scott.
Ow.
We got you, man. Babe.
And both of them was with pizza and wine.
Real talk, they just had a pizza box laying out on the ground, which is why that hypothetical...
Yeah.
Where the string tied to the...
Yeah, there was that string tied. There was a single slice. And I kept, chased it across,
Dangling out the window.
Yeah, down from Ontario all the way across Buffalo, upstate New York.
Yeah.
Well, it was either that or Justin standing across the street with a pizza box and just going, yoo-hoo!
A little cloud of steam came up and drifted across the street and
you got it.
picked me up off my feet and I floated over.
And Scott's just like sniffing heavily. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, can you diagnose a deviated septum, Andy?
no, for sure not. I mean, yeah, it looks deviated.
Yeah,
Wow,
I know. This is a terrible realization I had in the streets of Boston last night.
What?
The deviated septum thing.
Is this a story time?
It could be.
Is it a short story?
Very short.
Okay. Can we do a little half jingle?
Sure.
Just crushed half of Four Loko and then went to Applebee's and drank some margaritas. I Snackdown. You guys told me about $1 cocktails at Applebee's?
Yes.
Don't you guys. It was Justin. Okay, for sure.
Andy and Justin, 50-50 responsibility, told me, Scott Chillingworth, to go to Applebee's and get the $1 cocktail.
Yes, I'm so glad someone took my advice.
And I'm glad you crushed half of Four Loko before.
So
doing
what was a dollar cocktail this month?
It is called an Adios. It's like a Long Island iced tea, but it's blue and made with Sierra Mist instead of Coke.
Interesting.
It was like juice, and I don't think it did anything. So then we got margaritas. We went into the Applebee's with the intention of spending $9 total between me and my two friends on 3 cocktails. Then we walked out with a $40 bill.
Oh, no.
We got pretzels and we got nachos. And then, that's right. This was a story time. So, and then we took a lift down to downtown Boston, and we were walking around, and my friend Gabe turns to me and says, Scott, you're breathing really weird. And I was like, yeah, because the right side of my nose is clogged constantly. He's like, do you know what a deviated septum is? I was like, I've heard of it, but I don't know exactly. And he's like, tilt your head back. Oh, yeah, you got a deviated septum, dude. And, I had to live with that for the past, 18 hours.
The sad news.
Yeah, I'm crushed.
Well, the right side of your nose is.
Yeah, into the wall of the nose, yeah.
So before we even got going, you showed us a tattoo that you have. You've never had a tattoo before this, correct?
No, I have. I've had.
Oh, you did. I thought you said you.
This Kurt Vonnegut one I've had for
Since
how
you were
many years
12.
ago is November 8th, 2016. Did anything happen on that day?
Was that the
Some
election?
like government shakeup or something. I don't know. The news across the borders about it.
So that was your first one, and your second one is on your arm, which is a
20-sided die.
So it doesn't have any numbers on it though.
No.
You weren't going to go with a. Would
I
it have been
wanna
bad
go-
luck to do a 20?
I wanted to go minimalist, and a 20 feels arrogant. You know,
One is like very.
it's self-defeating.
So what number would you put that wouldn't be arrogant, but wouldn't be like a 1?
Okay, I was considering when I was originally thinking of getting a D20 tattoo. I was thinking of getting either a 2 or a 19. Like those are a nice middle ground where it's like almost to the extreme.
Yeah.
But I just decided to go blank, and
That's cool.
Maybe you'll fill it in later. Maybe you're still
Who's to
trying to
say?
figure out if it's a tragedy or a comedy.
yeah, exactly. Oh,
Is that dark?
it's a tragedy, baby.
Oh man, we'll give you a pen. You can just kind of put it in. Well, yeah, that's true. You could put it in a Sharpie.
I was going to. I was for the NADPOD show. I was going to put a 2 in there.
Nice. Now you never listen to Not Another D&D podcast.
I've listened to like the first episode. I don't have a lot of time to listen to podcasts, even though I'm on one.
Justin's like, I'm not really into podcasts.
You just shoot a podcast out into the ether.
You like pour your heart and soul into this podcast, though. I mean, you're the one doing the editing. You're the one like Dollars for Donuts are putting the most time into this.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not really a podcast guy. If I started editing, 1, it would be atrocious. But 2, would you consider ever listening to podcasts with all of your free time?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I listen to, and I used to be able to listen to more of them at my last job. I can't with the job I have now, and I don't really have a commute time.
I know.
So unless I sit down at my house and listen to it, I don't.
You could ride a Razor scooter to work, which is pretty awesome.
True.
And you do. I saw it parked
it's
outside.
like-
You
Yeah,
got like
it's
big ATV wheels on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a really big chain for it.
I just ordered a gem-encrusted rib.
Also a pair of Jinko jeans for some reason.
You
Those
trade
are
them
my
out
riding
at work.
pants.
I barely get that reference.
Yeah, that's
By
true.
the time I was up and walking around, Jinkos were gone.
You were like 5, 6.
Was that late?
Uh,
Like 2000? The year 2000?
yeah.
You would have been like height-wise, like right at the Jinko logo level.
Yeah, like I was just as tall as the cuffs.
Yeah.
Like
could've
when you
fit-
flattened out
yeah,
the
you-
cuffs, that's how tall I was.
You could have fit into a Jinko.
yeah,
like-
just one leg.
Your parents were like, "Hey, we're not really going to buy you a sleeping bag for your first night over at your friend's house. So we just bought some used Jinko jeans, and we're just going to cut out one side and just kind of halfway sew it up." to the other
Stylish
one."
though.
Yeah, pretty stylish.
So how do we feel about the pineapple pizza?
You like it?
Money.
Really?
Yeah.
So I've never had pineapple on pepperoni pizza. I've had
That's,
it always with like the Hawaiian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't usually do like straight Hawaiian. I just do like pineapple and pepperoni.
Really
Nice.
interesting.
Or yeah, something like that. Because I don't really like the ham on the pizza.
Yeah, I think I actually liked it better than the normal Hawaiian pizzas that I get.
Because the pepperoni is a straight upgrade to the ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you get the sweetness from the pineapple, and you're living.
So I hit a home run, is what you're saying.
I mean,
You
I
hit
think
a
I liked.
dinger, bud.
I think I liked it without the pineapple better, just
Oof.
because I just like
Sorry.
a classic slice of pizza.
Ground rule double on that one, Andy.
I guess I just didn't know that you've never had pepperoni and pineapple.
No, I think I've just had the like Hawaiian pizza.
That's actually what I was kind of hoping for when I suggested Hawaiian, is that one of you hadn't had pineapple on pizza, but
Yeah, it's good.
Are you
Yeah.
are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
If I'm in the mood for pizza and people are ordering pizza,
Andy,
like,
I
I'm
think
not
he made his
thinking-
opinion very clear. All right.
I'm just trying.
straight pepperoni is better.
I'm trying to get
I
it
think
on
pepperoni
record.
pizza is better because that's what I like when I want pizza. That's kind of like what I'm craving. But it is good. But pineapple is such a sweet fruit. It's interesting, and I don't think they put any other types of fruit on pizza. Well,
Not
okay,
yet.
I wonder why pineapple.
Let us know, Snackback. Let us know if you're putting different.
I can.
fruit.
I'm in the snack pack. I can let you know because I think pineapple holds up to being grilled. Like think about grilled pineapple and how tasty a grilled pineapple is,
and it's
you know-
acidic, so it sort of jives with it, right?
Yeah. When you get that high heat from the pizza oven, and it sort of locks in the pineappliness and gives it it cuts the acidity a little bit. I think.
Yeah, because it doesn't lose its juiciness at all. You know what I
No.
mean? Like the outside grills, but when you bite into it, it's still like a nice juicy pineapple. Whereas if you grilled another fruit, I think it would dry out.
Yeah.
What fruit would not work? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Like apple, that'd be gross.
Would it?
No.
Yeah.
Apple works. You do like an apple brie pizza.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
that does sound good actually.
What about peaches?
What about bananas instead of pepperoni?
No. Big no on bananas.
They do bananas in some places. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. I'd say no to bananas, but yes to its cousin plantains. Right?
Is it because it starts with P?
No.
Plantain pizza?
No. Plantain pepperoni pizza?
Yeah.
And he's got an alliteration agenda.
Yes. Nope. I think plantains would work. Because I think plantains are like...
They hold up to being cooked better than bananas.
But I think peaches could do it. You'd get like a peach cobbler sort of thing. I'm not sure what you would pair it with.
I feel like peach might be a bit of a stretch because it's more... It has like a higher water content than pineapples, I think.
Yeah, it does.
So it might like dry up and not be... as good, but the bits of pineapple,
And I feel like pineapple you can like press a little bit more. I feel like peaches would just turn to mush.
Yeah.
So now they're talking about fruit on pizza. What do you guys think of fruit pizza?
Like the cookie, basically.
Yeah, like
pizza
the whole like fruit thing.
It's fine.
I
I'd
don't
rather
really
have a
like
cake.
it.
I've never had one.
You've never had one?
I think that might be a Syracuse special.
No, it's not.
I think it's an
Definitely
American
not a
thing though.
I think it's only within certain communities.
What's the cream they put on it?
Like a whipped cream, or like maybe a cream cheese whipped cream. But it's basically just a huge cookie with some sort of cream cheese whipped cream, and then like usually just like fruit. Sometimes I would get that instead of like a birthday cake for my birthday, and I would like it. But as an adult who gets to make my own choices, just like you with your baklava, I would definitely just pick I'd pick a carrot cake over.
Oh yeah.
Fruit. Are you a carrot cake guy?
Yeah, I like carrot cake. For my birthday, I usually do ice cream cake because I'm an infant.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
My birthday is in the when it's like really sweltering, and it's nice to.
What day?
Oh no!
Security.
No! I fell right into that. No wonder you guys are able to nab me off of the street with a piece of pizza attached to the string.
Did you know
Fishing for Scots.
Did you know that Justin is a prince and he was kind of imprisoned at one point? But if you send him $100, he will pay back. Was it $14,000?
Millions in dividends.
Yeah. Just a heads up on that.
Just send it to my offshore account.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So
do you want to take a break and get that soda?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take a break.
And he's got some weird soda I've never had.
No, it's not weird. It's fine. It's good, and it's something that was kind of part of my youth. So let's take a break. We'll be right back, and
we'll have this soda.
I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Okay, all right.
And I'm gonna have the wine. Okay, we're back again.
Okay, we're back.
So we've got some yellow soda. Is it yellow?
The yellowest soda I've ever seen.
So Scott, do you like organic drinks? Like organic
like a
drinks?
like a kombucha?
Or like anything that's like organic?
Sure.
Okay. Well, you're going to be very disappointed with this.
Oh my god.
So this is called Inca Cola, Golden Cola. I got to tell you, I did not do a lot of research on this, but I know that it is like sold in the international sections,
like in
right next to Goya, everything.
Like island countries, yeah.
Yeah. So it is horrifyingly bright yellow.
It is.
I actually have had an experience with this stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never have. What does it taste like? Let's try.
You tell me. This is the stuff?
Oh yeah. It's like a cream soda almost.
It is like a cream
It's like
soda.
a cream soda and like a Sprite mixed?
It's like a cream soda got kicked in the head by a horse, and it hasn't been right ever since.
So wrong, it's so right, though.
In the 90s in Canada, I'm not sure about internationally, but they had these little tiny bottles of soda. They were like, I usually call it pop, but I'm, for the international audience.
Thanks, bud.
For bottles of soda, they had like little 200 milliliter bottles of soda that were called Chubbies. And it was the 90s. There are no laws.
Yeah. Now there's shorts named Chubby, so.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I own a pair of them.
Do you?
Yeah. They're very comfortable.
So, Inca Cola was created in Peru in the 1930s by a British immigrant.
Okay.
Oh, so Chubbies in the 90s, tiny bottles of soda.
Yeah.
They had this as a flavor.
Really?
Yeah.
So Chubby's wasn't a brand. It was called the Chubby.
No, Chubbies was the brand.
Chubby's was the brand.
And the logo was Little Fat Kid, which is like kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy type of thing.
Fantastic, yeah.
Cause like
so you drank a little fat kid by Chubby's?
And then you would become a little fat kid.
Yeah, that's true. So it says, it's funny because in the description on Wikipedia it has it explains what Americans call it. Because it says Americans compare its flavor to bubblegum or cream soda. doesn't tell you what it actually
Anyone-
tastes like. It just says what Americans.
I think it was found in Peru.
Yeah.
They unearthed it.
Oh
and
yeah,
then-
they found the
like a big rock, the cola rock.
A mummy was clutching a plastic container of.
Just screamingly yellow.
A 2-liter soda
Yeah.
bottle.
Isn't this like one of the most yellow beverages you've ever seen?
It's
though?
absurd.
It's called champagne cola, and it says it has an acquired taste whose intense color alone is enough to drive away the uninitiated.
Yeah,
And that was in quotes, so someone said that.
nice. I don't know when I first started drinking Inca Cola, but
I was gonna say most kids. Now that I read that, I do taste a bubblegum flavor.
I'm trying to find a picture of the Chubby's bottle for you guys.
But most kids, like past times when they're growing up, they remember drinking like Coke or Pepsi, and Andy's drinking like
Inca Cola.
Inca Cola,
I was drinking kombucha in
like
1996.
international soda.
Yeah, I mean, I would just try like weird stuff, like like Jolt. Remember Jolt?
Oh, I love Joe. The ones that when you open the top, it was go. Poof.
Yeah, I think my mom bought it for me like once out of, and I can't even believe she bought that for me. Like who's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to give my 7-year-old Jolt. oh man, my kid has been pestering me so much. I can't wait to give him something that's gonna like literally put gasoline on a fire.
Look at how high the sugar content is. Andy will love this.
Yeah, he's been bouncing off the walls trying to get me to buy this. This will pacify him.
So, what kind of a cocktail do you think this would be good in?
Oh man, I think anything that worked with like a cream soda based
I think
cocktail.
maybe a vodka would go with it.
Yeah. Would you like some more Inca Cola?
I think I'm settled with just the one glass.
So, do you think we did well in terms of food and drink and other
Oh.
drink? And
Yeah. So, what was everyone's pizza? Obviously, we're probably going to fight for our own pizzas. For favorites.
I'm voting for the Franken pizza. The one that I created in my mind.
Yeah.
That's a mix of your two pizzas, so that way I don't have to pick a side.
It's true.
very
Diplomatic.
Yeah,
Very neutral.
very
Very,
diplomatic.
Switzerland of me.
Were they both good though? Like,
Oh, they were very good.
how does this compare to like Toronto pizza?
Yeah, it's up there. When I've had better pizzas in Toronto, there's a place called, I don't remember what the place is called. I've only had it a few times, but it's very good pizza. And they do like artisanal style pizza where it's not perfectly round or whatever. It's just like whatever they toss stuff on, and it's got like a really crispy crust on the bottom, but it still has like a nice chew to it. And then tomato sauce is pretty basic. It's just crushed tomatoes and like maybe like a bit of salt, I think. That's for a tomato sauce. And then like a nice mozzarella cheese that's just a nice mozzarella cheese.
Nice.
That's they get a good broil on top of it.
Would you say that these are like good, like classic New York style pizzas?
I would say that it's a New York dollar slice style pizza, which are never $1 anymore. I went to New York in February and there was nary a dollar slice to be found.
No.
They're all like $3 slices, but it's a very good.
Those are the desperation slices at that point.
The desperation slices in Toronto are worse
Wow.
than those ones even, and yet I subsist.
Well, I was looking at the pizza places in Canada in my pizza book.
Hey,
Everyone's got a pizza.
We're gonna get a copy of that bad boy.
And Toronto's not in here, but Montreal is. Oh wait, no, there is Toronto. So there's a bunch of places in Toronto.
May I, sir? North of Brooklyn. North of Brooklyn is incredible. It's attached to an arcade,
Oh, nice.
and like a bar arcade, like one of those new places that's
A barcade.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yes, it would be.
There's
And
a
then-
place called Barcade in Brooklyn.
Yeah. North of Brooklyn, very good. It's my recommendation. That's Scott's tip of the week for a pizza place in Toronto.
Pizza
Go to
tip
North
number
of
2.
Brooklyn, 650 Queen Street West.
And just as a heads up, that is not Scott's address. Just to kind of.
Yeah.
No, my address is actually.
Well, thanks. Seriously, thanks for being on the pod. We really
No problem,
appreciate
guys.
it.
It's been a delightful thing, and Andy's held my hand the whole time. It's kind of it's really sweet.
Yeah.
Squeezing from
I've
time to
got
time.
pretty sweaty hands, don't I?
Oh
Yeah.
no, I thought that was me, buddy.
Nice, very nice. Scott, you are hopping in the car after this, and
Yes.
you are driving, 5.5 hours home,
Yes,
which is insane.
which makes for this episode actually, I think that puts
'cause-
me underneath Justin in the roster because he's editing it, and
Yeah,
I
in
did all
terms
this
of
travel
hours
time.
put in. No. You guys hopped off of 90. The clock starts there, buddy.
I can make this trip easy. I have a used 2003 Volkswagen Jetta. It's only got 250,000 miles on it.
Oh wow. What's the license plate on it?
You almost got me with that one. I almost listed it off verbatim.
Man, if I don't laugh at the end of that, I think we actually might get some more intel. So I'll work on that for next time.
Don't break as easy. You'll extract more from your guests.
Well, thank you for joining us. You want to do a little sign out there?
Thanks for listening today. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can find this episode and others like it on iTunes, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other places. And you can go to our website at www.snackdownpod.com.
Snack off.
Whoa.
It's pretty aggressive, but...
That was good. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. And get snacking.
And snack off. You finish with a snack off again.
Snack off.
All right. There we go.
With that attitude.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Let's edit that.
No.
All right.
Listen, guys. If you hear me saying this, then they edited out something very crucial. Andy legit flubbed something.